Hi, today is August 22nd, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1298 for the year, Bust of Sylvette, its east-facing side. When I go round to the east-facing side of the bust and I stare at it, it is clear that it is quite different from the west-facing side, but I have a hard time saying how exactly, because as soon as I am looking at one side, I forget what the other side looks like. I know that the biggest difference is in the faces. On this side, the eyes have whites, whereas I think on the other side, the eyes only have pupils. But perhaps what is oddest is that Picasso chose to draw a face on each side rather than half a face. I feel like I never would have thought to do such a thing even if I had been a sculptor all my life. Actually, I can only recall making one sculpture ever in my life, and it sucked. But my mom liked it and wouldn't throw it out, and it's probably still at my mom's, and if I were to find it, I'd probably have a hard time throwing it out, which sucks because it sucks. I've gotten off track. This wasn't meant to be about me or my weakness as an artist or some shitty sculpture I made more than 50 years ago. It was meant to be about the bust of Sylvette. Instead, it's about my weakness in my ability to see and to write what I see, and my other various weaknesses, because unfortunately it always seems to come back around to me. Poem number 1299, Feeling Dirty and Clean. There are days when I feel so dirty after taking a shower that it's like I didn't take a shower. There are days when I feel so clean after not having taken a shower that it's like I took a shower. On a recent morning, I felt so clean that I thanked myself for not having taken a shower, and then I remembered that I thanked myself for having taken a shower, and then I remembered that I hadn't, and then I cursed myself, and I felt dirty, although I didn't feel as dirty as I sometimes feel after having taken a shower. Poem number 1300, The First to Acknowledge. I wouldn't be the first to acknowledge, or the second, or the third, but once three people have acknowledged, I'd be the fourth to acknowledge. I'm not an early adapter, and I'm not an early acknowledger. I wouldn't want to be the last to acknowledge, but I think I might rather be the last to acknowledge than the first to acknowledge. Poem number 1301, The Last One Standing. I wouldn't want to be the last one standing. I'd much rather be the first one sitting. There are a lot of things I won't stand for. There are a lot more things that I would take lying down, rather take lying down than standing up. This is probably way more about my standing, sitting, and lying down habits than you needed to know, but the main takeaway is that I don't want to be the last one standing. Poem number 1302, Pelican Parade. I don't know whose bright idea it was to have a pelican parade, because the pelicans almost never walk in files, one behind the other. I don't think pelicans understand the concept of parade, and to be fair, I think parades are kind of pointless myself. Still, if you're going to have a parade, maybe don't have a pelican parade, or better yet, if you have pelicans, maybe don't have a parade. Poem number 1303, Sideways Ladderland. In the sideways ladderland, the people needed ladders to go sideways, but they could go up or down without any assistance whatsoever. Their cities were built primarily on vertical axes, so their need for ladders was as rare as ours are, could go up or down. Folks like us who use up and down ladders, it is quite humorous to watch the sideways ladder people go sideways on their ladders, but they laugh just as loudly at us at our up and down ladders, which to them seem quite absurd. But who is really to say what's absurd and what's straightforward and unremarkable? And the last poem of the day, poem number 1304, Most Ridiculous. One thing I neglected to mention in the last poem I wrote about Sideways Ladderland was that both the sideways ladder people and us up and down ladder people can all agree that the diagonal ladder people are the most ridiculous of all. And if you think they're ridiculous, you should see their diagonal architecture and their diagonal sandwiches and their diagonal sexual positions and their diagonal manner of speaking. I'm not saying that the diagonal ladder land is the most ridiculous land I have ever heard of or thought of, but among the three ladder lands, diagonal, up and down, and sideways, diagonal ladder land is by far the most ridiculous. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.